My name is Lawson, and I thought I was building a new life for my daughter and me. 3 years after losing my wife Rachel to cancer, I met Monica at a charity fundraiser. She seemed perfect, compassionate, understanding, and patient with Emma, my 13-year-old daughter. "Dad, can we talk?" Emma asked one evening, 6 months into my relationship with Monica. "Sure, sweetheart, what's up?" I replied, barely looking up from my phone where Monica was texting me about moving in together. "It's about Monica." "I don't think she's who you think she is," Emma said quietly. I sighed. "Emma, I know this is hard. You miss your mom, but Monica really cares about us." "That's not it, Dad. She says things to me when you're not around. Mean things." "Like what?" I asked, finally giving her my attention. Emma hesitated. "She told me I'm the reason you'll never be truly happy, that you're stuck with me." I felt defensive. "Emma, that doesn't sound like Monica at all. Maybe you misunderstood." "I didn't misunderstand," Emma insisted, her voice cracking. "And she's been going through Mom's things, the jewelry box from your bedroom." "I asked her to help me organize," I explained. "Your mom had so much jewelry. I thought we could decide together what you might want to keep." "Did you ask her to take pieces to get appraised?" Emma challenged. I frowned. "No, what are you talking about?" "Nothing," Emma muttered, leaving the room. "Forget it." That conversation should have been my first real warning. Instead, I called Monica. "Hey, beautiful," I answered when she called back. "Emma seemed upset tonight." "Oh, Lawson, I've been meaning to talk to you about that," Monica said, her voice dripping with concern. "I think Emma might need therapy. She's been acting out, saying strange things, being possessive of you." "She mentioned something about her mom's jewelry?" I ventured. "See? That's exactly what I mean," Monica replied smoothly. "I offered to help you sort through Rachel's things months ago, and she got territorial. It's not healthy, honey. She needs professional help processing her grief." I believed her. God help me. I believed every word. Monica moved in 2 weeks later. That's when things accelerated, though I was too blind to see it. "Lawson, we need to talk about Emma's trust fund," Monica said one Sunday morning. "What about it?" I asked. Rachel's parents had established a substantial trust for Emma, nearly $500,000 that she'd access at 25. "I've been doing research, and there are better investment opportunities. My financial advisor cousin could help us move it into higher yield accounts," Monica suggested. "Rachel's parents set that up with their attorney." "I don't think we should touch it," I replied. "We wouldn't be touching it. We'd be growing it. For Emma's future," Monica pressed. "Don't you want the best for her?" "Of course I do." "Then at least meet with my cousin. What could it hurt?" I agreed to the meeting. Another mistake. My sister Sarah visited that weekend and pulled me aside. "Lawson, I need to say something, and you're not going to like it," Sarah began. "If this is about Monica," I started. "Yes, it's about Monica," Sarah interrupted. "Emma called me crying last night. She says Monica is stealing from her college fund." "That's ridiculous," I shot back. "Monica suggested better investment options, that's all." "Did you authorize any transactions?" Sarah asked. "No, of course not. I'm the trustee." "Then why did Emma find withdrawal receipts in Monica's purse?" Sarah demanded. "She was snooping," I protested. "She was looking for her mother's sapphire earrings that went missing," Sarah corrected. "Lawson, wake up. This woman is playing you." "I think you should leave," I said coldly. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. "When you finally see the truth, call me. I'll be here for both of you." She left, and I didn't speak to her for 3 weeks. 3 weeks I'll never get back. The breaking point came on a Tuesday night. I came home from work to find Emma in her room, surrounded by papers, her laptop open, tears streaming down her face. "Emma, what's wrong?" I asked, alarmed. She looked up at me with eyes that held more pain than any child should carry. "I need you to listen, really listen. Not defend her, not make excuses. Just listen." Something in her voice stopped me cold. "Okay, I'm listening." "Monica has stolen $63,000 from my trust fund," Emma said, her voice steady despite the tears. "She's sold 11 pieces of Mom's jewelry, including Grandma's engagement ring. She's been recording our conversations and keeping files on both of us, and she's been slowly poisoning you against me so you'll change your will." I felt the room spin. "Emma, those are serious accusations." "I have proof," Emma interrupted, holding up a flash drive. "Bank statements showing withdrawals you didn't authorize. Your signatures were forged. I compared them to your real signature. Pawn shop receipts for Mom's jewelry, screenshots of her text to someone named Derek planning the whole thing, and recordings of her telling me I'm worthless, that she's going to make sure I get nothing when you die." My hands shook as I took the flash drive. "Where did you get this?" "Her laptop. She left it unlocked last week," Emma admitted. "I know I shouldn't have snooped, but Dad, I was scared. She's been getting more aggressive. Last week she grabbed my arm so hard she left bruises. Want to see them? Emma pushed up her sleeve, revealing finger-shaped bruises that made my stomach turn. Why didn't you tell me? I whispered. I tried, over and over. But you were so in love with her, and she's so good at acting perfect around you, Emma sobbed. I called Aunt Sarah because I didn't know what else to do. I pulled Emma into my arms, hating myself. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I should have listened. I should have protected you. What are we going to do? Emma asked. We're going to call your Aunt Sarah. Then we're going to call the police, I said firmly. And we're going to make sure Monica pays for everything she's done. I called Sarah immediately. Lawson, she answered cautiously. You were right, about everything, I said. Can you come over? I need your help. I'm on my way, Sarah replied without hesitation. When Sarah arrived, I showed her everything Emma had found. This is extensive fraud, Sarah said, scrolling through the documents. This Derek person, look at these texts. They planned this for over a year before she even met you at that fundraiser. It wasn't chance? I asked, feeling sick. No, look. Confirmed Lawson Henderson will attend Children's Hospital charity event. Widower, successful architect, daughter has $500,000 trust. Perfect target, Sarah read aloud. Lawson, she researched you. This was premeditated. I'm calling the police, I decided. Wait, Sarah stopped me. Let me call Detective Chen first. She's with the Financial Crimes Unit. We met during that fraud case at my firm. We need to handle this strategically. Detective Chen arrived within an hour. Mr. Henderson, I've reviewed the evidence your daughter collected, Detective Chen said. This is serious criminal activity, fraud, forgery, theft, and based on these bruises, assault of a minor. But I need you to do exactly as I say. Anything, I agreed. Don't confront Monica yet. We need to catch her in the act, Detective Chen explained. Tomorrow, tell her you've decided to revise your will. Tell her you want to make her the primary beneficiary. We'll record the conversation. You want me to bait her? I asked. I want to give her enough rope to hang herself, Detective Chen corrected. Emma's evidence is strong, but a confession on tape makes this airtight. Can you do it? I looked at Emma, who nodded bravely. Do it, Dad. End this. The next evening, I came home with papers I'd had Detective Chen's office prepare. Fake will documents. Monica, honey, I need to talk to you, I called out. She appeared, smiling that smile I'd once found charming. What is it, sweetheart? I've been thinking about what you said about securing our future. I began, watching her carefully, about Emma needing to learn she can't always come first. Monica's eyes lit up. I'm so glad you're finally seeing reason. I met with my attorney today. I'm changing my will, I continued, laying the fake documents on the table. She grabbed them eagerly. And? You'll be the primary beneficiary. The house, my life insurance, my retirement accounts, all yours, I said, each word tasting like poison. What about Emma's trust? Monica asked, her mask slipping slightly. That's protected by Rachel's parents' estate. I can't touch it legally, I admitted. Monica's face hardened. That's a problem. We've already moved $60,000 from it. We? I repeated carefully. Derek and I, she said absently, still reading the will. Then she looked up sharply, realizing what she'd said. You mean the Derek you've been planning this with for over a year? I asked, my voice cold. Her face went pale. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the fact that you targeted me deliberately. That you've stolen from my daughter, that you've assaulted her, that you've forged my signature to embezzle from a minor's trust fund, I said, standing up. The front door opened. Detective Chen walked in with 2 uniformed officers. Monica Bradshaw, you're under arrest for fraud, forgery, grand theft, embezzlement, and assault of a minor, Detective Chen announced. Monica's face twisted with rage. You set me up. No, I gathered evidence of your crimes, I corrected. There's a difference. This is entrapment. Monica screamed as the officers handcuffed her. Actually, it's not, Detective Chen said calmly. You voluntarily confessed to crimes you actually committed. Entrapment would be if we induced you to commit crimes you wouldn't have otherwise committed. You'd already stolen the money. You just told us about it. Lawson, please, Monica begged, her demeanor shifting instantly to tears. I love you. I made mistakes, but we can work through this. No, we can't, I said firmly. You hurt my daughter. You stole from a child. You never loved me. I was just a mark. Your daughter is a little brat who, Monica started. Careful, Detective Chen warned. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Monica fell silent, glaring at me with pure hatred as they led her away. Emma emerged from her room where she'd been waiting with Sarah. Is it over? Emma asked quietly. Not quite, Detective Chen said. We still need to locate Derek and recover the stolen funds, but Monica's going to prison, and with the evidence you collected, Emma, this case is solid. The trial took 6 months. Monica's attorney tried everything, claiming I'd manipulated her, that Emma had fabricated evidence, that she'd been planning to return the money. None of it worked. The prosecutor laid it out clearly. The defendant researched and targeted Mr. Henderson specifically because he was a vulnerable widower with assets. She systematically isolated his minor daughter through emotional abuse and physical assault. She forged legal documents to embezzle $63,000 from a child's trust fund. She conspired with an accomplice to further defraud the family. These aren't mistakes. This is calculated, predatory criminal behavior. Emma testified, calm and clear, showing her bruises and photographs, explaining how Monica had threatened her, how scared she'd been. The jury deliberated for 3 hours. Guilty on all counts, the forewoman announced. Monica's face crumpled. Her attorney requested leniency. The judge wasn't having it. Miss Bradshaw, you targeted a grieving family. You abused a child. You stole from that child's future, Judge Rivera stated. I'm sentencing you to 8 years in state prison, followed by 5 years probation. You will make full restitution of all stolen funds and property. You are permanently barred from contact with the Henderson family. Monica was led away screaming about appeals. Her accomplice, Derek, had already pleaded guilty and was serving 5 years. Outside the courthouse, Sarah hugged both Emma and me. I'm proud of you both, Sarah said. Emma, you were so brave. I couldn't let her keep hurting Dad, Emma replied, or get away with stealing Mom's things. We recovered all the jewelry except 2 pieces Monica had already sold to private buyers, but the pawn shops gave us fair compensation. The trust fund was fully restored with interest and penalties. 6 months after the sentencing, Emma and I were having dinner when she looked at me seriously. Dad, I need to say something, Emma began. Always, I promised. I forgive you for not listening at first, Emma said. You were lonely, and she was good at manipulating people, but promise me you'll never ignore my instincts again. I promise, I said, meaning it with every fiber of my being. Your voice matters most, always. Good, Emma smiled. Because I have opinions about you dating again eventually, I laughed. Not for a long time, sweetheart. I need to focus on us. That's exactly what I wanted to hear, Emma grinned. Looking back, I learned that revenge isn't about personal payback. It's about justice. Monica didn't just steal money. She tried to destroy my relationship with my daughter and steal my late wife's legacy. By working through the legal system, we didn't just stop her. We protected other potential victims. Emma's courage in collecting evidence and finally speaking up saved us both. She taught me that sometimes the people we love see dangers we're too blind to recognize. And listening to those warnings isn't just important. It's essential. Have you ever ignored warnings about someone close to you, only to realize later that those red flags were real? What would you have done in my situation if your child tried to tell you the truth about someone you trusted? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.